Heartiest welcome to Global Talk Show by Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today, this show, I promise you folks, is going to be super awesome, super amazing, and super energetic because we have a very vivacious guest from USA. And she is none other than Dr. Pauline Crawford. Welcome, Dr. Pauline, to our show today.
I am absolutely delighted to be here. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Great. When I talk about Dr. Pauline, I have no words to describe her versatility, her immense gratitude I'm having today being host her, and we will know about her journey from herself. But in fact, she is great. The word is too small for her. And then we are going to see in this beautiful, incredible journey. Well, Dr. Pauline, we all know you as a great author, international speaker, director, writer, and whatnot. But still, I want to hear this beautiful, lovely journey from you. What's your incredible life journey?
Well, thank you for asking. It's been a fairly long journey. I've been here 7 decades. And as you might notice from my accent, although I live in the USA, I'm from Great Britain, I'm from London, England. And my journey took me around the world rather unexpectedly in my 60s. So I was an entrepreneur in England. I was working in London. I had a very vibrant experience there. And then I was sent to Budapest to a conference actually about entrepreneurship and small and medium enterprise businesses. And I didn't really want to go. And that's one of the lessons of life is sometimes things turn up unexpectedly. And actually, when I went there, I met my husband, who is American. I was divorced at the time. I'd had a very sort of good life, a very flowing life, but I had divorced my first husband. My kids were grown up. And my kid said, "Oh, you're just a workaholic, Mum. You won't meet anybody." So I said, "Okay, but I love my work. I love my mission." And my mission was to put a heart back into business. So there I was in Budapest and I met Jim. And actually we fell in love, not on that day, but 6 months later, after 45,000 words of love emails, I came to Las Vegas and he proposed and I said yes. And our journey continued then as we got married. We went to Asia, we went to live in Malaysia. I never expected that. I didn't plan it. It was wonderful. It was challenging, but now I'm in America. And of course, we're all challenged by lots of things like lockdown and COVID, but I never imagined that I would be living in 3 different continents and now working a lot with Africa, which is another continent. And so I think my life has been gloriously blessed by diversity and versatility and lots of fun ideas. But I'm now in my 70s and I love life. And I love being in my lighthouse here because I want to shine a light on business and life and love and all the things that we think don't go together. Yes, they do, if you're passionate.
Wow, this is really amazing, Dr. Pauline. And the way you have described about a loving journey and living journey, I must say loving plus living both. It was so amazing to hear. And yes, this is true. Love changes the way of your life. It gives you motivation. It gives you passion, perseverance, and of course, a beautiful goal. So God bless you for this beautiful journey. And I'm sure people watching this beautiful journey of Dr. Pauline, they are going to get imbibed with a lot of energy today, and they are going to get a lot of inspiration too. And with this inspiration, they are going to move up in their life. So thank you so much for this beautiful answer, Dr. Pauline. Moving ahead to this beautiful journey of Global Doc Show. Dr. Pauline, I would love to know, in everybody's life, challenges are just like, next buddies we are having now. So in your life, as a woman, what kind of challenges you had faced? And the most important thing, how you have overcome those challenges it would be great to listen those, and it would be great for my audience also to listen. So please enlighten us. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I think the journey of a woman, and I talk about this in my work, taking a woman-centric perspective, it is different to men. And I study the whole nature of men and women. Gender dynamics intelligence is my passion. So when I look back at my life, I never expected actually to be parting from my first husband. I knew him for 30 years, and I even didn't have an intention to be an entrepreneur. So I think the thing is, the challenge is when they arise is when you realize that you're not happy. You're tense, you're stressed, you want more, and you have two options. One is to stay where you are because, things are relatively good, and you don't want to destroy or really, sink the boat. But actually it comes to a point as a woman when you need to identify what's true for you. And what was true for me was that I realized that I had a passion to help other people, to work in the corporate world, actually making the corporate world happy. How about that for a mission? And that I wasn't happy in my home life. And though with the best harmony in the world, I actually separated from him. That might sound strange, but harmony, which is my driving force now, the name of my book, The Power of Authentic Harmony, harmony has always been important to me. So when harmony is a bit rocky, as a woman, I think often we put ourselves last. And actually that doesn't necessarily do those who we love, doesn't actually do them the best, because if you're not happy, then you can't serve other people, you can't serve your children, your parents, your colleagues, your clients. So I made that decision, and I never planned that. I was in my 40s and I didn't know where it was going to take me. So that was the first challenge, was really making a major decision in your life as a woman and owning it. So ownership is really important. Even when other people say, oh my gosh, I don't know why you did that. You have to own it here. And so as I went through my life and I got into my 60s, the next challenge was when I met Jim and we got married, was that he wasn't very well. So as we traveled across Asia and we did some amazing work in Asia, but he was not well. He'd had two serious operations. And again, I'd never been in a situation of being with somebody who wasn't 100% well. So that was another challenge. And again, I think it's about, yes, serving somebody that you love, but not losing yourself. And I've always been very passionate about my mission to help everybody have harmony. So my challenge was to work out daily practices to make sure that I had harmony in my life and make sure that everybody around me was. And even now, I live a long way from my children and my grandchildren, which sometimes is a great challenge for me when I can't visit them, as in COVID. There was a whole year when I couldn't go. You have to look around you and understand the balance of life, love, and work. As a woman, when you're a mother, especially, and a grandmother, you want to serve everybody, but you must serve yourself first. And that was the lesson I really learned. And even now, it is important, without being selfish, but to be selfless and understand that the self is important in order to be beautiful women that we are. And I believe to co-create the world in a new way, we have to honor ourselves. And that is the major challenge for women. And I honor every woman who has a trauma or struggle or abuse in their life. This is what I work to make sure that we have the most magical conversations we could possibly have.
Exactly. Dr. Pauline, trust me, when you said these words, these were not real only a words, because this is really what a woman is, emotional. We are emotional, but that doesn't mean that we are weak. That's what society has given the name. Women, emotions, fragility. But what I say is, after knowing these beautiful lines, I will say only one thing. Women, thy name is fragility, but you are stronger than the mountains. And that's what, Dr. Pauline, you have done in your life, because after coming those traumas, it was not at all easy for any woman to stand again, to collect
Yes.
those broken pieces and make again that sculpture into a new personality. And I hats off to you. Today you have touched thousands of millions of lives, including me, and I'm so grateful to be with you. And I'm my each and every, you can say the cell is fully energized, and you have given away exactly. I do believe, Dr. Pauline, if you are not happy, you cannot make your society, your family happy. And
Absolutely.
loving yourself is doesn't mean that you're selfish. That's what society taboo has given. Loving yourself is just like, she's a selfish woman or something like that. But it's just like about caring your passion, respecting yourself. And what I believe, if you can't respect yourself, you cannot respect anyone in this world. And I hats off to you. I congratulate you. A lot of wishes to you for taking a beautiful stand for your life. And I must request every woman who are watching this episode, please do take a stand for your life, because this is your life, not anyone's life. You are a daughter, you're a wife, you're a mother. But what about you? Find your own individuality before you get demolished. Wow.
Yes.
So this is so lovely, Dr. Pauline. I'm so happy for this, brilliant answer you have given, and energizing answer, must say this one. Great one. Well, moving to this lovely journey of Global Talk Show with Dr. Pauline. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching, my global viewers, when we talk about Dr. Pauline, one book which is really super energized, and that is available in Amazon, and it is here, The Power of Authentic Harmony. So, Dr. Pauline, please enlighten us with your beautiful and amazing work now.
Well, as I said before, this idea of harmony and authentic harmony, because that's that genuine looking at oneself. So in here, and the subtitle is Magical Conversations That Transform Our World. So this is an important thing. The word power is not aggressive, greedy power. This is the power grid of human harmony. And I want to give hope to everybody out there, men and women, because we're living in a very challenging, uncertain, chaotic world. And we're still arguing about things like, why are women marginalized and what's happening to the economies? We are challenged. So the power of authentic harmony is about you, everybody listening. Can you be in harmony with everybody around you? And can it be authentic, coming from your heart? So my business is Corporate Heart International, and the heart and the head. We need to get the head and the heart together. So we might say, well, love, life, business, do they go together? Yes, they do. If we harmonize ourselves and we harmonize love, life, and business, and especially women, that we actually then create a different human power grid. And in a company which has a heart, there will be harmony. And if you have harmony, you won't have toxic or violent behavior. So my mission in life is to eliminate bad behavior. At the worst end, that's violence and abuse. But in the corporate workplace, it could be that annoying comment, that critique, that put down. We know that happens. So the power of authentic harmony is knowing yourself and knowing others, especially those who are not like you. So getting to know ourselves is the first journey, and loving ourselves, and then getting to know other people who are not like you. That is what this book is all about. And my programs, my work, understanding a woman, understanding a man, understanding us together, and getting to the core of what makes each of us happy. There's no other word for it. And, even if lots of chaos is going on around us in the sea, when you're in your lighthouse, you're the only one who can turn your light on. That's why I'm sitting in my lighthouse. And there's a lighthouse on the front of this book. And the lighthouse is very important to Corporate Heart International, because if you're the leader or you're the department head or you're just one of the team, whoever you are, you're an important light in that business. And you can only be the only one who switches your light on. And then you shine your light on other people. But you need to know who you are. That's the first journey. And then find out how other people are different to you. And this is not about all the classic diversities. This is what's a different kind of woman to you and me? What's a different kind of man to another man? How do we understand our reactive behaviors? It's not making everything absolutely so easy that it's unbelievable. It's actually dealing with the nitty-gritty, difficult topic. And the most difficult topic in the world at the moment is the marginalization of women, I believe. And that's why I'm very passionate. I want this book to be read by everybody in the world. Boys and girls at school, mums and dads running their home, looking after their kids, bosses in the corporate world, understanding that they can be who they are, but they must understand that other people are different to them. And when they honor them and create hope and healing and harmony, you have the most amazing business going and you will have the most amazing profits. So it's just not, I think it's about bringing together what are disparate, i.e. different elements that we think don't normally go together. And often we negate love, which actually is the most important part.
Wow, super amazing, super awesome. Dr. Pauline, the way you have told about your book, I'm sure people are going to grab this book. And I request my all global audience who are watching, and just now you have listened what it is all about. It's when we are talking about nowadays women empowerment, but I say women needs not any empowerment, because both the genders in this society are equally respectable, and both the genders should respect each other. And when we will respect each other, there in this society, there is no need of women empowerment or a men empowerment too, because we can't know anything. So go through this book of Dr. Pauline. It is easily available in Amazon, and you can, if you can't, just contact Dr. Pauline. She will be helping you out. But
Yes,
I guarantee you, if you have been through this book, the life is going to change. You are going to change, and you're going to turn into a very, very positive person. That I can guarantee you. So thank you so much, Dr. Pauline. And it's lovely to see your book once again. Can you just show us a glimpse?
so
Awesome.
it's
Awesome.
oops,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
got my face on the front, so you can't miss it.
No, but we have taken the beautiful shot of your book too. And please, guys, please, folks, go through this book. And it is going to be super awesome, amazing transformation in your personality. So sculpture yourself into your positive personality. Well, moving to this global talk show, a beautiful journey from ordinary to super extraordinary, I would love to know, Dr. Pauline, what is your mission? What do you have planned for your coming years? I'd be glad to know.
Well, my mission is to really shift the focus from fighting for equality to co-creating authentic harmony. And co-creating is really important because, as you said, this is not only the empowerment of women, this is the empowerment of men, empowering women, empowering men. Now, for those of you who don't know, but women are very good at and. We work in a way that says we can do this and this and this. We can be a businesswoman and a mother and a local community service. We can look after our parents and. Men don't. Men tend to work on a very linear, well, it's either work or life. It's either making money at work, coming home to the family. So let's acknowledge that and accept that and put the two together. So we need the either all and the and. So my mission is to create a new awareness between men and women about what I call gender dynamics intelligence, a way of understanding women don't need to be like men to be in business. Men don't need to be like women to be at home. We can be who we are and look at the core values, things like respect, trust, empathy, accountability, having an understanding and having these conversations. So when I talk about a magical conversation between a boss and a colleague, or a mother and a father, a parent and a child, it's a conversation without judgment, even with your children. You know, sometimes as parents, we go, we know best for my child. Actually, maybe not. Yes, we got to keep them safe, but allow them to be in the conversation. So the magical conversation is with no judgment, no anger, and no over-controlling coercion. We see the creativity, that co-creation, and it could be two women talking, could be two men together, it could be men and women, boys and girls at school. How do we see the conversation as between us? We don't need to own a conversation. We need to experience it with other people. So when I create my wisdom circles with a magical conversation, I say to people, right, in this space of time that we're here, we're using our experience, not our judgment. And you may hear things that you don't necessarily like, but you hold yourself and you say, wow, that's an interesting perspective. How does that work for you? How can I serve you? How can I know how you can help me? There's interesting ways in which we can share conversation, which is different to communication. So I'm often known as the conversation game changer. So my mission is that every company that wants to do well has a corporate heart, and people in that business know they can talk about anything, they can share ideas, and nobody's going to put them down. There's no toxic behavior. It's about dealing with the emergencies of life and the challenges of life from a point of positivity. And I believe at the moment we're looking at economic regeneration across the whole of the world. We need to be on the same side, but we don't need to be all the same. So it's empowering men to empower women, to empower men, to have that circle of conversation. And my mission is that many, many companies will be able to say, hey, I've got a corporate heart in my business, and every person in my business will tell you that. And we're prepared to tell the world. So that's the caveat. I want the businesses to be able to be proud enough to talk about how they embrace men and women, how they have a corporate heart, and how they have wonderful customers. So it's just a little mission.
Great one. This is really amazing and interesting, Dr. Pauline. Yes. And Corporate Heart International also, Dr. Pauline is associated. So this is really great going, Dr. Pauline. And I appreciate your mission, your vision, the way you're progressing in your life is really awesome. It's really hats off. And all that goes to a strong woman like you, that you have sculpted your personality by your own hand. Because what I believe, Dr. Pauline, there is nobody who can push us except us. And there is nobody in this world who can break us rather than us. So we are the destiny. Yeah. Yes, our destiny is in our hand and we are going to make it. So yes. Awesome. A self-made woman, I must say, Dr. Pauline, you have inspired today millions of women. And I am super elated, super joyed, and super inspired by your journey. So I congratulate you, heartfelt wishes to your mission, vision. God bless you, and many more missions to accomplish you in your life. Awesome one. Well, before I say bye-bye or adieu to Dr. Pauline and my global audience, I would love to know, Dr. Pauline, a beautiful message to my global audience who are just waiting eagerly.
What I'm going to suggest to people is to be curious and fascinated about life. Even when it's going a little bit off the rails, what is the lesson you're learning when it goes off the rail? Be curious, why is this turned up? As you take responsibility for yourself, being curious about the lesson in front of you is really important. Though out there's lots of things going wrong in life. There's economic downturn, there's all sorts of stories of kids going off the rail, women being abused. I say, these are the elements of life that we maybe be curious about. Maybe a strange thing, but be curious and interested. How can I talk about that in a way that will create a new solution? What can I see beyond that? And always be yourself. So you don't have to be like anybody else. You don't have to fix anybody else. You can help people for sure. That's wonderful. That's part of our community and certainly as women, our need to nurture and give value. But as men and women, we don't need to fix each other. We just need to be more of ourselves and be curious and interested and interesting. So it's that balance between being selfless and selfish. So own your own self, be who you are, especially as women today. Don't fight for equality, seek harmony and be authentic.
Wow, this is really great golden wisdom of nuggets showered by Dr. Pauline, and I'm so blessed to get all those wisdom of nuggets. Thank you so much, Dr. Pauline, for coming to our show and making this delightful evening. I mean, morning for other countries, afternoon and evening for some other countries, but really, you have enlightened today everyone with your journey that nobody can make it except Dr. Pauline. So heartfelt thanks to you, Dr. Pauline. May God bless you and give you a lot of success, a lot of visions and missions which you are doing selflessly for the society. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you. It's been wonderful to be here. I so appreciate you.
Thank
You
you
are
so
a beautiful,
much.
courageous woman.
And how can I forget my global audience who are constantly and consistently loving us? Keep doing that. Stay happy, hail and hearty. Bye-bye for now.